Hi, this is Michael Rony Mullick, and you are watching the pre-market show. We know the markets have fallen drastically yesterday, and multiple supports were broken, and the key support of 15,700 has broken. So things look absolutely bearish in the market right now. So if you consider the magnitude of the fall from last week's Thursday to this Thursday, the markets have fallen 1,200 points. I'm talking about Nifty. So last week the market closed on expiry day at close to 16,500, and yesterday it closed almost at 15,300. So that's a fall of almost 1,200 points. And just yesterday the markets fell from intraday high to intraday low almost 500 points, and investors have lost a wealth of around 16 lakh crore. So this is the nature of the markets. Everything looks very bearish. And yesterday since morning, some of the European countries were announcing their interest rates, and then Switzerland came with its interest rate hike, the first hike in its 15-year history, and that is where the markets started falling. The US futures started falling, the European futures started falling, and then our markets also started falling, and our markets fell so drastically that it has fallen more than any other markets. And then by the time the US markets opened, so it already fell so much, and then it opened with a gap down, and it again started falling. So right now SGX Nifty is indicating almost a flat opening because our markets have already fallen too much. So despite the US markets falling yesterday night, there is no major reaction in SGX Nifty because our markets are already in an oversold zone. So let us look at the charts and see how the things are trading, how the US markets ended, how the Asian markets are trading, and what can we expect going into trade today. So let us open up the charts of SGX Nifty right now, and you can see this showing an opening of 15,370. So that is what it is showing. So it is slightly up from yesterday's closing. Yesterday it closed around 15,360, and it is showing 15,360. That's about an 8-point hike in SGX Nifty. That's almost a flat territory is what we call it. Now coming to the Asian markets, and let's see where the markets are trading right now. Asian markets, let us look at first the Hong Kong market. It is slightly positive. You can see it opened with a strong green candles, and then again it started falling, and now it's on a downward trend. The Japanese market opened with a huge gap down, and again it is trying to stabilize around the lower zones, the lower region. It is down 2.17%. Chinese market is up 0.9%. You can see it opened, then it shot up, and again the profit booking setting, and now it is falling. The Korean markets are also down today, opened with a gap down, and it is trying to move up, down by 1.33%. So overall Asian markets, the Japanese market, Korean markets are down, Hong Kong and Chinese markets are up. So this is again a mixed reaction from the Asian markets. We see that it's not reacting that much to the US news. Coming to the US markets, you can see it opened with a gap down, huge gap down, because the futures have started falling. S&P 500 down by 3.25%, and Nasdaq is down by almost 4% yesterday, and Dow Jones has also fallen by almost 2.4% yesterday. So this is the true reaction in the US markets, which we were hoping for after the Fed announcement, and a day after the announcement, this is what we are seeing. Now the same thing happened last time the US announced its rate hike. So on the day of the rate hike, the markets actually were positive, but the real picture was clear on the next day when the markets actually started falling, and falling heavily. So that is the same thing which has happened this time as well. On the day of the hike, the markets were in green, but the next day we saw major reaction to the news, and the next day is obviously the clearer picture. So talking about other things in the markets, we see that the VIX in the US, it has shot up almost 11.25%. After we saw that it was crashing down after the event the day before yesterday, but again yesterday it shot up almost 11%. Now it is well above 30. It is almost close to 33 right now. India VIX is at just 22.8. It is up by 3.25% because people were kind of expecting the fall in the markets, and the market was falling in a straight line, and it was a one-way fall. Coming to some of the global commodities, we always track the crude oil prices. So let us see the crude oil prices. Crude oil prices is trading around $116-$117 as we speak. So it has come down significantly. It is trying to stabilize in the lower areas, and if the crude oil prices go down, then obviously it is a good sign. Otherwise, if it continues to shoot up again, that can add more bearishness into the entire system. Dollar index has well, we saw it was cooling off yesterday, but it has shot up slightly. It is at 104.197 at present. USD INR is again has weakened slightly. It is at 77.926. So currency front, everything there's no positive indication as of now. Everything looks mildly bearish as well from the currency front as well. Coming to Nifty, what we can expect in Nifty today, you can see it was a huge red candle yesterday, and the key support of 15,672 was broken. And the importance of 15,672 we have discussed multiple times. So now what next for the markets? Now you can expect the markets to take only a good support at way down below at 15,000, which is a psychological support zone for Nifty, and also markets have taken major resistance and supports over there in the past as well. So 15,000 is the major level to look out for, and on the upside 15,670 is going to act as a very strong resistance, because the markets had reversed multiple times from there, but this time it finally broke. And somewhere in between 15,350 falls, so that is exactly halfway between 15,000 and 15,700. So that level can act as a minor support or resistance given where the market is headed. So these are the three levels you should be watching out for, not only today but also the next few days, because it is unlikely that the markets will move out of this region so fast. So the only panic will set in when the market is breaking 15,000 and we get a closing below 15,000. That is when you should start getting cautious, because a closing below 15,000 can indicate a further fall of maybe 500 points more, and the markets can go close to 14,000 as well. And on the upside, obviously there is a very limited upside potential in the markets right now. It should consolidate a bit and then move up. So 15,670 to 15,700 levels is what you should be watching out. If the market closes above that, then we can slightly turn our sentiments towards bullishness, but otherwise there is no reason to be bullish if that is not broken. Coming to Bank Nifty, we see Bank Nifty having important supports and resistances around this area of 32,000 on the downside, 32,100, and above we have to see 33,000 acting as a strong resistance right now, because the markets had reversed from 33,000 before as well. So 33,000 to 32,000 is the range for Bank Nifty for today's trade. And again, I'm not expecting massive reversals in the market immediately. It should stabilize towards the lower region before it can move up a bit. So today, again being a weekend, we need to worry about how the things unfold, because towards the second half people would like to book their positions, because from Monday the markets are continuously falling. People who are in short positions, they would be sitting with good amount of profits, and sometimes they would like to book their profits ahead of the long weekend and again recreate their positions on Monday morning. So that is why the markets can be volatile towards the end, and sometimes maybe a slight short covering can also be seen towards the end. But also FIIs are ready to sell the markets at whatever levels, and if they are able to sell at higher levels, they will absolutely not miss this opportunity. So the last half is going to be important today. A lot of volatility can be there, short covering or further downside. So be cautious while you're trading. And after yesterday's huge fall, not expecting a big move in the markets today. It can consolidate, but again consolidate with huge volatility. Nifty can trade between 200 point up and down move the entire day. So that is the expectation for today. And again, no major news coming out from any of the any global news or economic data is not being released today, so nothing to discuss there. So let us see how the markets trade today and how it end, how the US markets have opened. All of those will be discussed in the post market show at 11:15 p.m. at night. So until that time, have a good day and thank you for watching.